welcome back to Sarita's garden. So this video is mostly for us to see what we started with here. This is the west side of where our driveway came in here, and then this is where we had a bunch of asphalt removed. Okay, so this is the west side, and we're kind of in the process of a fence and adding a gate. So we've been waiting to plant next to the fence, but we're just tired of waiting. So we're just moving forward. And okay, so what we have planted in here so far, and what we're thinking is that the path is going to go down kind of right here through those two trees. There's a bamboo right there on the right, and then over on the left, that's the oro negro. That's the oro negro avocado. You know, when you have so many plants, it takes your brain a minute to retrieve it. So anyway, that's going to be the path that'll go down between there. You can see how Brad's coming around with the wheelbarrow of dirt. That part of that will be the path. Okay, then over here we put in a mamey sapote seedling. We did mound it up a bit because these don't like to be in any kind of standing water. And we're right underneath some pine trees right there. We're hopeful that that will grow well enough, this proximity to the pine tree. And okay, so that's mamey sapote we put in. The little flag back there, that is a little mound that I made up for cowpea. That's the Mabuno cowpea that makes a really nice ground cover. And hopefully that'll just kind of fill in some of these empty spaces where you just see sand. And then on this corner here is rollinia. This is a rollinia seedling, and I don't remember where these seeds came from, but I think these came from Fruits in Cahoots. A friend of ours brought back some fruit and shared some of the seeds. So that's a rollinia seedling. And then today I just put in a little patch of pineapples. This one in the front center, we believe is the grocery store variety, which I always forget what that one is called. There are not that many, sorry, there's a bug. There are not that many pineapple varieties after we went to a talk on pineapples. So what I do know is that the ones in the back, they're these smaller ones, and they're either sugarloaf or the other one, which I never remember the name. I'll try to put that in the notes. So that's a little pineapple patch there that we wanted to have a little bit of shade again from up above the pine tree, because we've heard that pineapples would in Florida do a little bit better not in full sun. So we're not sure if that's going to be too much sun or not, but we're going to give it a go. Okay, so then this is where we're planning to put a path for the mower and the wheelbarrow and such. And then over here, Brad is planting in today a dwarf Namois pup. We had an excess of pups back in the backyard, and those are in the banana belt. We had fruit off of the dwarf Namois one time, and they were delicious. So Brad is mounding up a little bit of fill dirt here. He's gonna put in this dwarf Namois pup, and that will be there. Behind it, or I guess I should say in front of Brad, where that little flag is, that's where we're planning to put another black sapote. And back here, we're planning to put the starburst tree, which we have in a pot that we propagated from an existing starburst tree. Some of you might remember that tree. It's one at 4th of July that makes these beautiful flowers. Sorry, Valentine's Day makes these beautiful flowers. So this is where we're planning to put the starburst at the front. Okay, so then again, that's where Brad is. This is our northwest fence. And lastly, over here, we've got a passion fruit that when we got the new fence, we kind of moved the passion fruit vine kind of forward. It's super hard to explain, but anyway, and then we put it back on the new fence. It did suffer a little bit because there was a lot of digging in the ground around the root of the passion fruit, and so the vine really didn't look so good for a while, but the fruit stayed on, and we've been enjoying the passion fruits. Just been amazing. Let's see where there's some on here right now. Here's a new one. Hold on, there's a little guy hanging, and I think I missed one when we were over here. There's one that's a little bit older. Okay, there's that guy. Basically what we find is these just drop off when they're ready, and we see them on the ground, and then we know, okay. They kind of get a little wrinkly after that. And so anyway, that's the passion fruit. We put a little fertilizer and azomite on that this morning and added a little bit of mulch. So that's just a little section up here in the northwest quadrant, and the things to come. Hopefully some of those things take root and do well here. Thanks for watching. See you next time.